Hello and welcome to week 4. As you saw in week 3, we ate some of the radishes that had grown while we were away for a few days. Today is all about cleaning out the grow bed and moving our kale that's been growing in the seedling tray up to the grow area itself and kind of like advance it to the next level. So step 1 is just clearing out the bed. So I had kind of gone rogue with the idea of growing radishes to full. The app tells you to just grow them until they're microgreens and then eat them all as microgreens. I wanted to see what would happen if I kept them a little bit longer, and we did end up eating a few radishes, but now it's time to get back on track with what's supposed to happen these first couple months as we build up to get ready for fish. Now, it's so easy to pull out the radishes, or really any plant, from the pebbles, because they just kind of, like, you can hear them separating like sand, and then I hit them a little bit to get the extra pebbles out of the roots, if there are any. I'm just gonna continue to do this. This guy is really cute. Mind you, this has just happened after 3 weeks of having this running. Obviously this is the start of week 4, but that means this all grew in a matter of 3 weeks from the very beginning. Okay, so all the radishes are now removed. I spent a few minutes mixing the pebbles around so that I could kind of like stir them and make sure that they're all getting rinsed and wet, because we're still, after all, in a little bit of a setup stage. When I did that, I saw that the water that was being pumped down to the aquarium is now a little bit cloudy, and that's okay. They'll probably clear up in just a matter of a couple hours of it cycling through. And now I've got my phone and we're going to transplant the seedlings. So it just says, get the tray of seedlings and rest it on the top of the garden bed. Turn your pumps on. So I'm gonna have to do that. Go to blue and turn it. Also just gonna grab my kale and bring it up top. Make room for new seedlings. Lots of new room. Remove one seed plug from its tray. Cup the plant in your hand and nestle it into the clay pebbles. Create a hole as you press the plant down. Scoop the clay pebbles around the seedling. And then repeat. Okay, cool. And the app just said also that these should be ready in about another 4 weeks. Make a little hole. Alright, one kale done. Another kale done. What's crazy to me too is that it's already starting to kind of look like kale. You see how when they originally come in, they look like those radish microgreens, right? Almost like a 4-leaf clover, but they're 2-leaf clover. And this little leaf here is already starting to look like a kale leaf. Now it should also be said that I could have kept them down in the seedling tray longer if I wanted. You can keep them down there for a really long time, basically until they start to get too big for the area. Now I did have one seedling plug that never sprouted, but that's kind of normal. When you plant seeds, sometimes just a seed will not sprout. Similar to other things in nature, like trying to have a baby. It doesn't always work. But we had 7 out of 8 work just fine. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay. And one more. And this guy actually kind of grew on the side of the plug. Do you see that? And those are all the roots at the bottom that the plant had grown to get water. And you can actually kind of see the little shell of the seed right there. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but you can see the shell of the seed. It sprouted to reach the sun, and the roots went down to get water. Okay, putting this one here. It's actually really easy to get them down. I was wondering how that would work. Just kind of push them down. And they seem like they have enough room to grow next to each other. Now what I'm going to do with the remainder of the bed is just plant more microgreens. So I'm getting my seed packet. And as we did on day one, I'm just going to sprinkle a good amount of these seeds into the palm of my hand and then get them growing in these open areas. I just think of this like putting sprinkles on a cake. It's really no rhyme, no reason. You just sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, it's much more exciting than sprinkles on a cake. Okay? And then you just press a little bit to make sure that they're settled. This is the same thing we did on day one, except we're not doing the whole grow bed. We're just doing this one section here. And I could do this area here in front of the kale. Maybe I'll do a little bit. No harm. And unlike last time, this time I'm actually just gonna eat them as microgreens and not probably wait too long to get any more radishes just yet. Ta-da! Our little kale seed plugs are now up there, and our seeds for microgreens are planted in the open areas. So at the end of this week, I will give an update as to how the kale is doing. Hello, you all. So it's the end of another week, and here's how they're doing. Look at all of the microgreens, and this is just in 5 days. I'm gonna start eating them. You can also see that the kale has really started to reach up toward the light, which is exciting. But perhaps the most exciting news I can share with all of you this week is that I'm ready for fish. So we're right on track with everyone else. We're hit about the 30-day mark and we are ready for fish. That's gonna happen next week. We're gonna introduce fish to the tank and decorate the tank. I believe decoration comes first so that when the fish arrive, the tank is all ready for them. And I'm so excited for that. It's probably the second most exciting part of all of this is like having the fish and having that ecosystem start to really develop. So that will be next week. I hope you enjoyed seeing some progress from this week's growth and more exciting stuff to come. Thanks for tuning in as always, and hit that red subscribe button if you want to keep following along. Basically that'll just sign you up to receive my videos in your little subscription feed, and that would be really great to have you along this journey. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'm gonna have a Q&A video at some point, so if you have any curiosities or questions at this point, write them down there and I will get to them. Thanks, bye-bye.